call this meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, any adjustments to the agenda? All right, we'll start with a consideration of the minutes from the June 5th meeting.
They should be included in your packet, and barring any errors or omissions, I would recommend approval as written.
Make a motion to approve. You'll have to second it.
Second. Sorry.
All those in favor? We have no public tonight, so I'm assuming we have no public comment. Does anyone on the board have anything? I guess besides welcoming Britt to our first school board meeting, welcome.
Thank you.
And then.
So you know, Heather's always trying to set the record of when it's done, so good luck.
Any presentation, I mean, we have a presentation.
Yes.
You want to do it when I speak for my report, or do you want to do it now?
It has
All right,
on
great.
now.
Shoot out before we lose it. I'll get the lights.
So we had Canadian National Park come to our summer school program on July 12th, and they set up 7 different stations out back. They were here from 8:30 till noon, which is our regular summer school hours.
And I just thought you might like to see some of the things they did. It was a lot of fun. And let me just hit play. She is showing different birds and the adaptations that they made and what helps them to be successful. This group is learning about survival skills, and in a moment you're going to see a quick video where they teach them how to throw out a life preserver. They're holding it there. Same group there. In this group, there's 2 that were somewhat similar. It's like the life cycle of an animal and the endangered things that they come across during the course of their life. And so they have little things that the kids had to read, and it told them to either go back or go find another station. They had little clipboards that they were almost like on a scavenger hunt. I saw the kids getting so into it. They were crouched right down in front of it, having a wonderful time. This one was all kinds of pelts from animals, and they had to identify what they were. They were able to touch them. They had a hedgehog in a big box. They didn't get to touch that one, of course, because that's still pretty sharp. But they went around the table with their sheets, had a lot of fun identifying those critters. Oh, I have that number for you when I get to my report. Yes, good question. That's the same station. So here, this station was going into the woods, into our outdoor classroom. They were identifying trees. She was giving them some tips and tricks to remember how to tell the difference between some of the different kinds of trees based on the leaves or the needles. The big hit of this one is, did you know that you can like pop a zit on a tree in the forest? They were so excited. You can go to a spruce tree or something and like pinch something, and it really shoots the sap right out at you. They thought that was pretty fun. And then here they were doing a storytelling. It was about lobster, and they brought this group inside. It was so incredibly hot that day. So we found them a nice air-conditioned room, and they were able to listen to the story and they talked about crustaceans and things like that. And then this is our group of rangers that were here with us that day. It was fabulous. We loved it. We loved that they reached out. It actually started when they reached out to someone at Parks and Rec. And I got in on that and I said, well, we would love to have them, and worked it all out. And they came and it was just really great. They brought everything they needed. Thank you, Andrew. Mr. Maxwell threw up some easy up tents because we did not realize how hot it was that morning and that we might need more shelter. And that was perfect. It really gave them a shady place to be during the activities. So I just wanted you to see that.
Very nice.
Yeah. And I'll tell you the numbers when we get to my report.
Danielle would really have loved that.
Yes.
All right, so going to old business, policy review,
Yep.
the JFL.
So JFABD, you had last time with no changes. As a reminder, you voted twice before it becomes the policies we currently have. Sorry, you did vote last time.
I think we just did the first.
No, you did do the JLS last time. Sorry, I moved down one.
Okay.
I'm getting old. But the child abuse reporting, we did vote last time with no changes. This is the second meeting, which we put it into action. You already had it. The changes were that truancy, because mandated school attendance at the beginning till 6. Truancy now also affects if you're 5 or 4, as long as you enroll in school, you're subject to the same materials, and that you can prosecute anybody for sex.
That's another issue and
That-
another.
that's
Everyone
funny.
does its own policy.
It is,
It's
that
just-
is where it came from. But those are your 2 changes. And I'll let you review it more if you want.
I make a motion to accept JLF as written.
Second the motion.
Okay, all those in favor? And then the emergency management plan.
So you have that in front of you as a reminder. That's something I take at the end of the meeting, so that you see that we have one, because by law, we have to verify that we have one every year. It gets reviewed every year, it gets updated every year. It's a brief reminder of the things we've done the last few years here, because security continues to be a focus. The buzzers have been added. The panic buttons have been added, and there's a system in place to make sure that they continue to work and function the way they want. We've had cameras, we're updating the cameras currently. The implementation plans are in place, protocols for the testing, for instance, plans. Calling trees so that there's certain ones that don't go out through the apogee system, although we have that in place for those who need to do a mass notification. When we reviewed over the summer, we have swipe doors now. If you recall, 2 years ago, we had those, so we don't have to give out keys. We have all the various trainings, we have the lockdown drills, we've had the facility evaluated twice with a written estimate of what would help improve it, and most recently, you got an SRO here in about January of last year.
So did we add any new policies because of that?
Because of the SRO, no, that's covered by statute.
Okay.
And certainly I will take any questions you have on it, but this is really just for your information as far as where it's there. It's not a public document, so it doesn't get handed out, it's taken down.
And do we have to vote on this, or we just,
You have to approve that we have one.
so we need a motion to
Yep.
approve the emergency management plan?
I motion to second.
Okay, all those in favor? And then new business, we have bill warrant
Yep.
1.
That's that.
Oh, okay. And then policy review, JFABB.
Yep. Education of homeless students, that is also one that we currently have. It's been updated to reflect the most recent Bikini, which is the federal title of homeless students and what we do with them. The liaison, AOS 47 is Mary Ellen. Because we also have access, she also has access to our student who are in high school in case they need further support. The changes in the, well, and I can go through the policy if you want, but it is fairly straightforward. Really, what it says is the child will be enrolled in the last school they attended as much as that's logistically practical and possible. Try and help them in their time of need, have the most content support that we can give them.
I make a motion to accept JFABD first reading. As written.
Second the motion?
All those in favor? And then annual fundraising.
You have that included, that's also an annual requirement. Should be behind their ADD. So it's something that you approve annually in order for us to fundraise for the school. Any questions you have on that?
I want the potential variety of.
It does look like the PTG has a couple of new fundraisers. I don't know, what is to get eggs, do you know?
I do, but Britt can speak more to that.
Oh, okay.
You can order the PTG, eggs from the PTG, and they will egg your house basically with a couple days before Easter. They'll go and hide a bunch of eggs outside of your house for your kids or family members, grandkids to find.
Oh,
Nice.
And they're filled with candy and, yeah.
Oh,
We don't
nice.
make a ton of money off of it, but it's a really fun community thing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Make a motion to accept the 2023-2024 fundraiser.
Second the motion?
all those in favor? Oops, I skipped that, right? The AOS
So I
47.
think we need to move
Oh.
that to September.
Okay,
Just move it to September when you have everybody here. To have a full discussion.
so was Glendon on that prior?
Yes.
All right, so moving on to reports, principal's report
Yeah.
first.
Ms. Myers is on vacation, which we allow once a year. So you have her packet included. I think the highlights are to thank you to the whole custodial staff for everything that they've done throughout the building. They've been working on the social studies curriculum, so we'll talk about that next month's meeting. And then her, Ariel, and Delgado went to the TBIS conference to talk about the positive behavioral support for our building and what we're doing and how things are and what we can do to make it better.
Can we just accept
Sure.
the second?
Just received, yep, just received.
And then Sharon?
Yeah. So you should have my report in your packet. We did complete another successful season of summer school, and Mary Ellen will speak more to that, and you already saw her presentation. The school has been super busy this summer besides summer school, with custodians getting things ready, and we have some new staffing changes coming up that we're pretty excited about. And again, I wrote about the PBIS conference, the positive behavior interventions and supports. We talked about advanced tiers, but it also gave us a chance to review and reflect upon what we already have for tier 1 PBIS interventions. And we're pretty excited about planning new things for this year to solidify some of our advanced tiers work that we have. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Oh, looks good. And then Mary Ellen?
Yes, you should have my report in your packet. You stole a little bit of my thunder. We should get together
I
on
know,
this a
right?
little bit more. Summer school, we had 8 teachers and 7 ed techs that were working that. We had 75 students registered. As Sharon said, about 65 students attended. 15 students were here all 16 days. I thought that was worth noting. 50 were here on the Acadia National Park Day, 50 students. And speaking of Acadia National Park, I didn't mention this during that, but the 7 guides who were here, the teachers, they were just blown away with the students, how respectful they were, and how attentive and engaged they were and everything. And so they wanted me to be sure to pass that along to our school. Talked about the PBIS, and we have hired our staff that we need for the year. And I feel very fortunate because you just heard on the news today probably that schools across the state are continuing to be looking for many positions, especially
I
special
think
education.
Bangor had 25 openings as of last week.
Can't imagine. I can't imagine. So we are very fortunate. I feel very lucky.
Oh, that's
So
great.
any questions I can answer for you? Wendy already thanked all the really key players in the summer school too. We really did have a lot of important people that helped that to be successful, including lunches, janitorial staff, the bus drivers. We had 2 buses running every day. So yeah, now I'll stop.
Good, that it was such a success, it sounds like. So all of those reports have been received. It doesn't look like we have any nominations. Oh, we skipped you.
It's okay.
Yeah, let's do you too.
I'll submit it to
Just trying to get that
I know.
She's setting a record.
The only thing I would add, and then I'll submit all the rest of it, because we've covered through the course of the agenda, is I do think our custodians have done an amazing job here. You wouldn't know that this is now from 2001. So we're 22 years old, and they've done a good job, which I think is a testament to that. And I would say that it's our summer school went, everybody did a great job, but so did your admins, and made sure that everything was covered every day. It's a little helter-skelter with summer school, because it's not the same routine, and they did a great job as well. So thank you to all of them. And that's my report, so you can get rid of that.
Now we can move on. Yes, now they're all received. And it doesn't look like we have any nominations for personnel. So the only, we haven't filled soccer.
Soccer, we're still looking for soccer.
Yeah, can you say that louder for the people in the back?
Sharon Palkey is still looking for a soccer coach.
All right, and then appointments.
Yep, so Christy Kalel will be administrative assistant in the office, replacing Sharon Landry, who moved to a special education technician position. And Denise Fitton will be our special education teacher, who replaced Victoria Sperry, who resigned in June, if you recall.
All right, and we do vote on those, correct?
Nope,
No,
those
we
were
don't.
received
Okay.
nominations.
Oh,
to
that's
vote on.
right, we changed that.
Yep.
All right, and then resignations.
Yep. Hannah Wood at Tech 3 from special education, I would recommend approval with regret.
Make a motion to accept with approval with regret.
I second the emotion.
All
The emotion. The motion.
It is a motion.
The emotion of regret.
All those in favor? All right, and then we don't have any executive session tonight?
No.
Any other comments?
No.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
See you later, alligator.
Here we go. Wow, Heather. You've set a record.
6:03.
Yes. I'm sure
Thank
she's
you, Ingrid.
thinking about us on her vacation.
No.
Wondering.
I tried to convince Garrett he should try to find a way to make it work, but he says he can't with high school soccer.
No, either I